So I think inclusivity, and then also don't forget, this is what I want to say, to remind ourselves along the gender separation in man and woman, race, and now sexuality is all that limited systems, our little dolls that we created, can handle it. They are not. You think a cat asks, hey, is this a black cat? Is it a white cat? Or is it a checkered cat? Nobody cares, You just are a human. That's the highest form of thing. That's why I'm saying, look for wisdom and look for knowledge in in nature and in humanity. Do you understand that the system of science doesn't understand till now why water comes from a tree, pulls it up against gravity, and puts it into leaves? They cannot explain it. We assume, or the systems tell you, the system tells you it should be sunny all the time. We know everything. And then, we pivot to that we didn't know, pandemic, war, all that stuff. So we need to say, hey, we are flawed. We don't know, but we are also godly. We can figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be through a system. It's going to be through humans with each other. We have that, like a tribe.
Yeah.
Okay, how can you? There's a mother, she gives a child. Oh, in the tribe, you have another person that takes care of your kid while you can go pluck berries in the woods or have fun with your husband. It's just, we help each other out, and we know we need systems. I'm not saying, rebel against systems, but we need to make systems human adapt, not human system adapt. What the big misunderstanding is, humans are so benevolent, and their superpower is creativity, healthy discourse, and adaptability. We can adapt ourselves so much, that we can sit in a tiger cage for 3 years and survive that, So what I say is realizing there's nothing to do, to change, to do. It's just comprehend that we are number one, that our separation of gender, race, sexuality is system made. It's not human made. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost as you're saying it, there's an evolution, maybe literally I'm using that word, but you've referenced the ants, the elephants, the cats. And I think you're so right. If you look at that evolution, there's that view of it, which is just free and open and just being. And then we developed consciousness and we kind of evolved. And it's almost like as we go through that process, we're still figuring it out. And we got to a point where it becomes, I've asked this question before in the show, like, is consciousness a gift or a curse? Because it would seem to be a curse in some ways, because it's removed us from that. We're not like that cat anymore who doesn't care if it's a black cat or a white cat or a checkered cat. We can see those differences. And because of our consciousness, we've now created systems that say, oh, those differences mean something. And that's almost a natural evolution of consciousness. And I think what you're saying, and again, I'll bring it back to art, and maybe I'm connecting dots, but I think they connect. It's almost as if art it's not that we should give up consciousness. It's not that we should necessarily want to go back to where the cats are. Yeah. It's evolving that consciousness to understand the power of it and what it allows us to do, but also understanding the downfalls and the dangers of it and accounting for that, so that we can be open and free and human beings, but still leverage the power of that consciousness to create amazing and beautiful things and appreciate them. And it's like we're moving along that path. And, a lot of people talk about this, the age of Aquarius and the awakenings and all these different things. And everybody has different views of what it is or how it is, whether it's scientific or spiritual or what have you. But it does seem like there is a progression in that we're moving towards. Hopefully. I don't know if we're going to get there, but I'd like to hope
there's a progression, because the universe doesn't give a shit what we do. The earth doesn't give a shit of what we do. We have eradicated us 6-7 times already, right? The Mayans, we know how to kill each other and eradicate, and nature doesn't give a shit, by the way, because look at Chernobyl in the reactor, right? That is the worst mistake of what humans did, the whole thing, that it blew up and everything. Yeah. And nature says, okay, we adapt, animals become bigger and grow right over it.
Yeah,
in 100 years, you don't even know there was a Chernobyl, So we evolved the whole, if we want or not, we evolve into something. But we are self-conscious. I don't know how much an elephant or an ant are self-conscious. It just, I don't know that. There's so many theories about it, you know. But I think we have that, you know, an eagle sees better than we. A dog smells better than us. Yep. So our strength is being aware of self. And I think that strength, we have to be the stewards of this earth, at least be the stewards of humanity.
Right.
Because we are very short here. 100 years is nothing. You know, we think it's all that, you know, especially when you're young. But then you see how fast, you know, when you have lived a certain time, when you're 15, you think, oh my God, I have my whole life in front of me. When you are 80, you go back and say, oh my God, this was like yesterday, you know, and you can recall it like yesterday. So that's why I'm saying going into that, you know.
Let me ask, why, and again, hopefully you understand the spirit of the show. Like, I'm going to ask questions that I just think are interesting. It's not meant to apply. Why do we have to be the stewards of humanity? Because some people would look at that and say, why? I'm here for 100 years or 80 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.